So I'm just got back from Connecticut, and I promised I would do this flyer for an event that's coming up on October 5th, which is like super soon. Um, so it has to get done today so it can go out tomorrow, or at least be like spell checked tomorrow. You know what I mean? Um, and It's like 11 o'clock at night right now, so it's like super past my bedtime. But not only did I promise I would have it done by tomorrow, like by today, so like for tomorrow morning, but it's also an event that I really care about. It's a seed library event for Framingham in conjunction with the Wildflower Society, New England Wildflower Society. Um, which happens to be located here in Framingham. We're really lucky to have them. Um, at Garden in the Woods, that's the name of the place that we have here in Framingham. And they do a lot to promote things, like varieties of plants that naturally thrive here in New England. So they're very much not into Japanese maples and other invasive species, if you know what I mean, which is great. Native plants and all that add to the biodiversity of our land, of our town. And you may be thinking, oh, well, bringing in plants from other places brings in more biodiversity, but actually no, because birds and bugs won't go and live and eat stuff that they don't know. So if you're bringing in a Japanese maple, or that's just an easy example, but there are many examples. That's not native to here, then okay, you have one isolated plant that's just really not going to interact with the rest of the environment. It's like a sterile kind of. It's just not as good as using stuff that's already here. Not to mention, what's native to here is going to do well without having to force pesticides and fertilize. Well, we don't do pesticides, but fertilizers and whatnot, because it's adapted for hundreds of years or whatever it is, to be in this area. So they do a great job for that, and they have plant sales so that if you're like, oh, I'm not really sure what, well, if you go to one of their plant sales, you have nothing to worry about because they obviously are only selling you native plants. So they're coming to talk to the library and speak about seed saving as well, obviously, and their conservation efforts. What a seed bank is, and I don't know, probably all tons of stuff I don't even know about, which is the exciting part when I go to these things. I always learn so much. So that's why it's important for me to get this flyer done so I can start promoting it right away and just get back. Really feel like today I really got regrounded in Framingham, and this is like solidifying, like rejoining, this is like the first thing I'm doing really for transition Framingham since I've gotten back last night. Which may sound like, I think that now that I say that, it doesn't sound like that long, but I pretty much work on something for them every day. So the fact that I haven't for a week, and then I missed the meeting because I was at my yoga nidra training, it's not so much guilt, because it's just, I feel like guilt is just kind of like a useless emotion. It's more of, not useless, whatever. It's more of like it's not a productive emotion. So instead of guilt, I just feel like, oh, okay, like now double time. Like I do feel like I have to make up for lost time, and not out of guilt, but out of like, I really believe in transition Framingham. I really believe in transitioning this town off of oil dependency and towards local resiliency. Like I'm so invested in seeing that actually happen. So I don't know that much about native plants, and I don't know that much about seed saving and gardening and all of that, but I paint the pretty pictures. That's what I do. So the least I can do is paint the pretty pictures, um, and promote the events that people who are honestly smarter and more organized than me put together. Shout out to Jenny Allen. Yeah, so I'm just gonna speed right through this, edit it, send it to her, and she'll probably see it in the morning. And then I have I'll be up bright and early, just like today, 6:30, with my first person to, and I lead them through a meditation, 6:30 a.m. every day except Thursdays. So back in Framingham, back to my humans, my tribe here. It's good to be back. All right. I'm gonna stop talking and paint faster.